Far below the waves, a little fish named Chad lived and swam insurance day in and day out. He was well respected among his reef and had all types of fish in his office looking for coverage. One day, a client came in looking for an inland marine policy. "G'day, Chad. Hoping you can help protect my assets held under my shell as I travel the deep sea," stated Connor Crab, owner of Krabby Boat and Supply. "Hi, Connor. Good to see you. That shouldn't be a problem. Let me get working on that right away." Chad fervently filled out the application and attempted to bind a policy with any of his markets. But to no avail. Chad had to turn Connor away. Sadly, Chad watched Mr. Crab and all of his premium walk next door to the larger agency who had the markets to offer the coverage he was looking for. He began to wonder if there was something or someone who had the tools necessary to equip Bubbles Insurance to compete with the competition and gain a larger slice of the market share. After a little sea search, he found that possibly a cluster or a wholesaler could help. But which one? Chad thought. The next day, Chad swam over to Clark the Shark, owner of Sharkhead Access Insurance, a cluster he found on the internet. "Clark, I'm looking for market access, profit sharing, and commission so that my agency can compete and I can still bring home the sand dollars. Can you help?" "Sure I can," snarled Clark. "Just sign here and we'll give you market access in almost 100% of the commission. You'll never want to leave, but if you do, we'll block you from the markets you access with a 2-year non-compete or force you to purchase your book back. So, like I said, you'll never leave." Chad wasn't so sure of Sharkhead Access, so he decided to swim on. Continuing on his quest, Chad made his way to Humphrey the Wholesaler. This option looked promising. "Howdy, Humphrey. I'm looking for access to more markets without the haircut on commission or ownership. Can you help me?" Chad inquired.
"Most certainly, Chad. Just submit your business to us, and we'll get a quote to you in less than 72 hours. You'll hardly notice the commission split."
While Chad could stomach the small commission split, he realized that he couldn't have his clients floating for 3 days without a quote. Disgruntled, Chad thanked Humphrey for his time and carried on. Disheartened, Chad began to swim off into the open sea, reflecting on the options he had looked into. "Maybe I should sell my agency to the national broker next door," he pondered. "Maybe I ought to get into the reefer industry." As Chad began to hopelessly drift off deeper into thought, suddenly he saw a light. "Follow me," the light gravely exclaimed. Chad began to eagerly pursue the light. Like a flash, Chad unexpectedly found himself surrounded by a school of fish who seemed to be having an absurd amount of fun. Chad began to recognize the names he was seeing: Nation Whale, Shellco, Treble Anglers. "Where am I?" Chad said out loud.
"You're at the PIIB convention!"
shouted several different fish. Chad swam over to the one who seemed to be in charge. "Excuse me, sir. Can you tell me more about PIIB and why all these insurance agents are so happy?"
"Please don't call me sir. My name's Larry Manning, and I'm the president of PIIB. These agents are so happy because at PIIB, you get direct access to insurance companies, keep 100% of commission, own your book, and receive 90% of profit sharing. Best of all, you're free to leave whenever you want without penalties because we don't want unhappy fish in our sea."
"Where can I sign up?" exclaimed Chad. In such a big sea, why swim alone? Don't swim alone. Call PIIB today. 916-941-0518.